talk show with guest speaker Dr. Dawson, a psychologist who will be talking about how teenagers and their parents deal with problems. Dr. Dawson, most parents are worried about their children getting involved in romantic relationships. What's your opinion on this?
From 15 to 19 years of age, many teenagers spend a lot of time thinking or talking about being in a relationship.
So, do you mean this is part of the teen normal growth and development?
Yes, young people learn how to form safe and healthy relationships with friends, parents, teachers, and romantic partners. This can prepare them for adult life, so parents should not oppose their relationships.
I suppose many parents will be surprised to hear this. What's your advice for the teenagers then?
Well, they should not be afraid to talk to their parents about their feelings and friendships. This can help them feel confident to discuss their relationships in the future.
So you mean teenagers should listen to their parents and ask them to listen to what they are saying?
Exactly. Most parents are always willing to lend an ear to what their children are saying. This is even more important when young people suffer breakups or broken hearts. They need a shoulder to cry on and a sympathetic ear.
Hello and welcome to Life Skills, the most popular radio show for teens and parents. Today, I've invited 3 grade 11 students to share with us how their parents help them to become independent. Lom, would you like to start?
Hi. Well, I'm the only child, so my parents tend to be overprotective of me. They didn't let me do any household chores and drove me to school until I finished grade 9. However, since I was a little child, I've always been encouraged to voice my opinions. My parents even ask for my opinions before they make some important family decisions.
That's great. That helps you develop self-confidence. And Twin, how do your parents help you become independent?
Well, my parents focus on teaching me about responsibility. I'm given a list of responsibilities, such as doing household chores, looking after my grandparents, and my parents make sure that I fulfill all of them. If I fail, I get punished, but if I do them well, I get a reward. This keeps me motivated.
Your parents seem strict, but also very fair. What about you, Mun?
My parents set some limits and establish rigid rules about important issues. I have to do chores and follow a set routine, but I can make my own choices about personal things, such as clothes, books, or toys. My parents encourage me to consider all options before making my own decisions.
Yes, setting limits can teach you self-discipline and keep you safe and healthy. It's also great that your parents teach you decision-making skills. I hope that one day you'll be ready to leave home and live independently. Thank you so much for joining the show. Dad, I'm thinking of participating in a competition on ASEAN and the ASEAN Charter. I can see that my classmates have practiced answering the questions. They know a lot more and are more confident than me.
Oh, is that why you look worried? I can help you. First, what is ASEAN?
Well, I know that ASEAN stands for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and it was formed on August 8th, 1967.
Correct. How many members does it have?
As of 2010, it consists of 10 member states, but may get bigger because other countries have applied to join the bloc.
Well done. Do you know its aims and purposes?
I know that it focuses on improving member states' economies and maintaining regional peace and stability. But Dad, how do ASEAN members help each other?
Well, they do what they can. Singapore, for example, offers the Singapore Scholarship, and the ASEAN scholarships to students from other ASEAN countries.
Thanks, Dad. I'll try to remember that. I think the ASEAN also holds sports activities like the Southeast Asian Games, the ASEAN Para Games for athletes with disabilities, and the ASEAN School Games.
Good job. How about the ASEAN Charter? Do you remember its main principles?
Hold on a minute. Is that the right to live without external interference?
Yes, but there are still other principles. I suggest reading through the Charter again. I'll continue quizzing you tonight after work.
Great! Thanks, Dad. I'm now hoping to win a prize.
Dr. Davis, a Dutch biologist, is being interviewed about people's life expectancy in the future. Many scientists predict that in the 21st century, people will be living into the incredible age of 130. What do you think about this?
Well, I quite agree with them. They have reasons to be confident about that.
What are the reasons?
In fact, their prediction is based on research and on the fact that the centenarian population is mushrooming as our general health improves.
Can you explain this further?
A century ago, average life expectancy in Europe was 45. Today, providing we look after ourselves, eat more healthily, cut down on things like butter, alcohol, and cigarettes, we can add nearly 35 years to that figure.
So these are the factors that help people live longer?
Yes, but the most important factor is the development in medical science.
What do you mean?
Nobody dies from old age, just from diseases that affect people when they get older.
So scientists are trying to find cures for fatal diseases like cancer and AIDS?
Right. Nowadays, about 50% of cancers are curable, and I really believe that within 30 years, this will increase to 80%. And in 10 years' time, AIDS will also be brought under control too.
That sounds interesting. What about living forever?
So far, eternal life is just science fiction. But with the advance of science, it's not impossible.